Men have forgotten God. The stark words of Russian dissident Alexander Solzhenitsyn did not sit well with people in the West. Solzhenitsyn was sent to the Russian Gulag for his crime of speaking out against communism in the Soviet Union. Solzhenitsyn said the beginning of communism in his country began because men had forgotten God. It is important to read Alexander Solzhenitsyn's 1983 Templeton Award speech after his release from communism. We must ask ourselves a question. Has America forgotten God? History is instructive, its principles repetitive. But lest we think that the problems we face in our country begin with atheism or communism, Scripture has a different view. Often Christian folk like to quote 2 Chronicles 7:14 as if it were about America. The famous "If my people who are called by my name" is not about America. It is about God's people. In the First Testament, the focus was about God's people Israel. In the Second Testament, continuing into our day, the focus is on God's people, the church. The call to humility, turning away from sin, seeking God's face, is not for America. It is for Christians. Whose responsibility is it to make sure men have not forgotten God? It is that of the church, everyday Christians' responsibility. Do we desire what the verse promises at the end, that God would forgive our sin and heal our land? Remembering God in our lives is the first step. Solzhenitsyn was right. The reason why a nation would turn to communism is because men have forgotten God. During this Thanksgiving season, let the remembering begin with the church. For Truth in Two, this is Dr. Mark Eckel, president of the Communism Institute, personally seeking truth wherever it's found.